We're here at the 21st staging of the Jamaica Stock Exchange's Regional Investments and Capital Markets Conference. I am Rochelle Moncrief, and I'm joined by the lovely Luwanna Williams. She is the president and CEO of Proven Wealth. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
How are you enjoying the conference so far?
It's been great. The opening ceremony last night was really riveting. I really enjoyed the presentations, especially the keynote address that was given by our Prime Minister. I am very excited about the things that he has promised us, and I'm really looking forward to the new year.
Yes, and I loved his point about rebuilding resiliently.
Oh, yes.
So we can't stop the hurricanes from coming, but we can build in a way to absorb whatever shocks come at us.
Which is critical because we're in a different paradigm now, and there is an opportunity for us to undo whatever weaknesses we had before, start afresh, so that we can prepare for whatever may come in the future.
Excellent. Now, following the panel discussion earlier on creative instruments to enhance market liquidity and investor inclusion, what stood out to you in that discussion?
So I think what stood out to me is that all my colleagues that were on the panel, I think we all agreed that we have a lot more room to grow based on the local framework that we have now, but also we have a lot of tweaks to make it even better. And another big part that stood out to me was the need for investor education. That was a point that I was very passionate about. So those two things I think we all agreed on, and I think we can say that we're a good sample representation of the industry. So I'm hoping that we can carry that forward.
Excellent. Now, why are creative or alternative instruments so important for small and developing markets like ours?
So as we spoke about, those instruments lead to a deepening of the capital market, and they also increase liquidity. Nobody wants to invest and not make money. And there are two ways you can make money from investing in the stock exchange. It's by the price movements and also your dividends. And you typically have some stocks that you know that they are dividend paying stocks, but there are a lot of smaller stocks, especially those on the junior market, which are not mature enough yet to sustain that kind of level of dividend payments. And investors really benefit from the price appreciation in those stocks. So that particularly needs liquidity, a lot of investors, so that trading activity can take place and the price can move. And that is how you would benefit as an investor. So the more persons we have investing in the stock market, whether it be the junior market or the main market of the JSE, the better it is for all of us.
Yes. Excellent. Now, investor inclusion came up quite a bit in the panel discussion earlier. What does inclusion really look like in practice?
For me,
Yes.
my ideal definition of inclusion means that anybody who has the desire to invest in the capital markets, whether it's through stocks or bonds, is able to do so. And that is not the case just yet. Right now, we are only seeing a small fraction of persons doing it on their own. And the bigger piece of the pie, or the investor pie, is really our institutional investors. And as we said before, in order for the market to be more attractive, there needs to be trading happening. And that is how you're going to pull people in. So the two really do go together.
Yes. So for someone listening who may feel the stock market is too complex, what advice do you have for them? Where should they start?
It's not complex.
Yeah.
We have a lot of really great, trustworthy brokers locally. Go into one of those brokers, ask questions. And if you're a little shy, go on your phone. A lot of them have a lot of information on their websites. Can go on good old chat GPT, use AI to help you.
Yes.
Start there until you build up the courage to go into one of these institutions. Institutions like Proven Wealth, we use our social media to educate persons. So we will have tips We will have definitions of what the stock market is, what investment opportunities are there, such as our mutual funds. And the mutual funds, by the way, are a great way for a person who is not yet very comfortable with selecting a stock on their own. It's a great way for them to get exposure to a wide cross section of asset classes, including equities, bonds, real estate. Not everybody can buy real estate directly right now, especially in Kingston. We know the prices are going up. But if you invest in a mutual fund or a unit trust or some other CIS, you can get the returns just as if you had entered directly. So my advice to that person is just do a little research, just start, and it will pull you in because it's a very engaging and interesting topic. It's a global topic, and bit by bit you will learn, and you can expand your investment appetite or your risk appetite over time or your portfolio over time.
Yes. Now, how do products like unit trusts and ETFs support both liquidity and investor inclusion?
Okay, so unit trusts and ETFs are pool funds, pools of funds. Everybody puts all of their money into one big pool, and a professional asset manager invests it in different asset classes on your behalf. What that does, as I had mentioned before, is that it takes away the responsibility from the investor themselves to try and figure out which stock I must put my money in, or what bond should I buy? Is this a good buy? We, as the professionals, we take care of all of that for you through our investment research and our best practice portfolio management practices. And you basically hand that over to us. And as your fiduciary, we have a duty to ensure that you are getting what it is that you want from us. So that expands the investor pool. It, in terms of liquidity, these are large pools of funds. So again, that's a lot of cash, right? So the bigger these pools are, the more liquidity there will be in the system, and the more opportunities then they can exercise as those pools of funds grow.
Excellent. Now, tell us about how Proven Wealth uses digital platforms to enhance access to investment opportunities, or to expand or increase access to investment opportunities.
Okay, sure. So right now, we do have our Proven Wealth app that can be downloaded from either the Play Store or the Google Store. And through that app, our clients are able to trade on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. We're also a participator on the JTrader platform. So a lot of our clients actually use those two mediums or channels to trade on the JSE right now. Additionally, we also have a proven global trading platform, which allows our clients to access international stock markets through that platform. And it's unlimited. So you can now access stock markets from all over the world. Of course, the more popular one is the New York Stock Exchange. So most people will go on New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ, but we do have access via those platforms. So you don't have to open an international brokerage account. You can open that account right here in Jamaica at Proven Wealth and gain access to those stock markets. And in addition, I just want to add that we have spoken about ETFs. We don't have ETFs locally, but we do have a lot of ETFs on that international platform. I have invested my money in ETFs, global ETFs, through that proven global trading platform. So I think that is an exceptional way that we can allow our local investors to gain access to the global market.
Excellent. Now, what do you see as the biggest barrier still holding back wider participation in investing?
Most people, I think, are afraid because they don't understand it. So as I had mentioned in the panel discussion, I believe that we as the companies that are participating in this space, it's really our responsibility to educate persons. Because when you teach somebody, they become your client and you build trust and loyalty with them, right? Especially if that person is a young person just starting out. You have that client for life. That's really our job. That's a part of our job. And then another thing that I believe hinders people is we do still have a very large part of our population that is unbanked. unbanked because they don't have the ID, they don't have a reference, or some other criteria to open a bank account.
Yes.
And you do need the bank account to enter into the investment sphere in Jamaica. So I think that is also another barrier. As the government rolls out the NITS platform eventually, I think we will see an improvement in that statistic. So that's also very important. And also as we catch up to global standards and start using other ways to verify identity, such as biometrics, then you will see that barrier coming down. But until then, those two things, I believe, are what really causes the investment public to be a fraction of what it could be.
Yes. Now, from the panel discussion you had earlier, what should investors walk away thinking about?
Quite a number of things. Think about, where can I invest? On our panel, we spoke about the opportunity that's now available for sustainable bonds, and those bonds being listed on the stock exchange here. What opportunities are there in that market? Green bonds, sustainable bonds, social bonds. So that's a big, mature market outside of Jamaica. How can we develop that here? I want my counterparts to think about how we can support the Jamaica Stock Exchange and utilize that framework that they put in place 2 years ago. That's one. For investors, I want them to walk away thinking that I can invest. This is not complex. And if I want to invest and I don't understand, there are brokers that I can ask.
Yes.
And there are brokers all around. Proven Wealth is here. So, of course, I want you to come to Proven Wealth. But choose a broker that you're comfortable with and start today. Today is the day that you need to start.
Today is the day. What final message would you like to leave with our audience watching here on CBX?
As I said, everybody has the right to wealth and comfort. And while there may be some barriers, a lot of times the barriers are in our mind. And no matter how small you think it is, it's not too small. Because it starts small, but it grows.
Yes.
So start today. Start investing today. You'll become more courageous, more knowledgeable, and your nest egg will grow as you continue investing. And also be consistent, because that's also important, for you to really reap the benefits. And access wealth.
Yes.
It's here for everybody.
Yes. Thank you so much for talking with us. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yes, enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
That was Luwanna Williams, President and CEO of Proven Wealth. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rochelle Moncrief. Thanks for watching CBX, your vision, your business, your source.
I'm trading stocks to achieve my financial goals.
I'm also trading stocks to achieve my financial goals.
Start a conversation with the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Check jamstockx.com for information and a list of registered stockbrokers. You can also call the Jamaica Stock Exchange at 876-967-3271 for information on how to begin. I am achieving my financial goals.
I'm achieving my financial goals.